All right. Here we go again. I am excited to show you this little monstrosity I have been working on. So, you may recall last time I plugged this in, and when I turned it on, the Nintendo, I couldn't use the controller anymore. So I did a quick test. I actually have a test cartridge. And so I went ahead and did the test cartridge, and well, in fact, I can show you what happened. Hopefully I can show you what happened, because I retested everything, and so far I think the audio's good and the composite's good. We'll see how it actually goes, though. Alright, let's add the video in. So what would happen is it would auto start, bring this up, and it would just do this. So that was kind of my best hint that something was definitely not right, because it would just hold it up to the left. So I went back and looked at my wiring and found some issues, but then I discovered that the cable I'm using is not straight through like I assumed it was. So I went through the cable pinout and retraced everything, and this is the result. So you can see this monstrosity. I took two... Here, let me get rid of the composite. I took two of my adapters, and I used one side for my cable. So this is a mini display port. And then, oh, you know what I gotta do? Set. There we go. I just realized the chat was set to top chat, and I assume I won't see anything if it stays that way. So these are the same board, but on one side I wired in the expansion, and the other I have my mini display port, which will be hidden inside the case. But the reason I picked this is it has enough conductors, and it has easy to manufacture cables. So I had to kind of modify it pretty extensively, and it took me a while. So, not quite a spoiler, or not going to be like a complete mystery, because I did test this a little bit earlier today. But we'll plug this back in. Hopefully I haven't jinked the soldering from moving it around. Get my EverDrive back in here. Get the keyboard plugged in. So I can move it around. So that was a huge improvement for me. Go to, I've been trying Family Basic 2.1. Oh, let's get the video back. Might hear some beep boop noises, because that's what they thought computers should sound like, I guess. I don't know. So my understanding is it's asking me for my name here, or that's what it's doing. And the prompt comes up, and I can type. And it took quite a bit to get to that point. So the other thing that I want to try, that I'm not sure if it'll work or not, is, oh, Game Basic. I don't remember what it's asking me here. If I remember right, I can type in. Oh, how do I? Is there a backspace? There we go. Then, oh, is there a delete key? Oh, that's how the delete key works. All right. Oh, I did it again. All right, so I think you could just type in game, but I can't remember. All right, so there's definitely more that can be done here, but the fact that I can type keys, for a while it would come up and it would just hold this button down and it would just go and go and go until it ran out of room to have it, the yen key. But part of what I really want to try is I want to do a custom Excite Bike track. And this, I have 2 audio cables hooked in to the back. I have this goofy little USB sound card. And then I have a USB to Type-C. And what I am going to try is using my phone in place of a data recorder. So first, we're going to reset this. We're going to switch to Excite Bike. And having it actually play is not going to help that. Humming the theme in your head. It's a good theme. Alright, so believe it or not, I did not really play Excite Bike as a kid, so I am like completely noob at Excite Bike. But I do know that you go to design and it brings up this, and then you kind of click through these. You move forward. And I'm going to make probably the most incoherent track possible. Because all I really want to see here is if I can save, like I should be able to. There we go. And then LP1, I guess. Don't know what that means, so I'm just going to hit... Oh. Okay, apparently it's supposed to hit B. Now it's on LP4. I don't know if that makes any difference. So, before I hit save, I'm going to set this to record. And I'll let you see the screen. So it's just picking up, I guess, a little bit of noise there. I listened to one of these earlier, and it sounds awful. Anything is better than my friends when I was a kid and their course was nothing but S's. I can believe that as a kid you'd make a course and be like, hey, you try to beat this. And it'd just be ridiculous. Alright, so it just did it. So I'm going to hit the checkbox. Now, turn the Nintendo off. So I've heard there are some wild cards to recording and playing back through here. So if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to ask. I'll probably ask on the Discord if people have recommendations for playback through here, because apparently some sound cards are weird about it, and who knows how my phone is gonna do. LP is laps. Okay, well I set it to 4 laps. Alright, so design. I'm going to go to load. We're going to hit, this is the one we just made. Hit play. So it's about 30 seconds long. So in theory, when it gets to the end of this file, it should like snap back and be loaded. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, I'm holding my... few more seconds. And it doesn't look like it's going to work. All right. So, I've heard that there are specific settings that it's expecting you to record the audio in. Let's look and see. If I remember right, it's an 8-bit PCM file at 32 kilohertz. And this phone app I have will only do 16 and 24. And I don't know if that's my problem, or I've heard that some of the sound cards will they'll put like filters on stuff. So that could be doing a thing too. Oh, you know what's another thing we could try? I don't know if it'll work. So I loaded on these custom programs from, I think it's from Famicom World, where they're Famicom basic programs. I assume if it didn't work for Excitebike, it's not going to work for that either, especially since I'm a... I gotta keep that in there. Especially since I don't understand the basic stuff at all, really. Let's turn this on. So, what I'm thinking is the version 3. I have 3 versions, but there's a version 2 that was the black cartridge, and version 3 that was the red cartridge. I actually have... Let's see. Yeah, so I think that's a good idea to pipe it to the laptop. I guess the only thing is like right now the laptop is doing all the streaming stuff, so I'm really hesitant to pipe the audio in. So I may just have to try that when I'm not streaming. But, oh, and I don't know if I finished that. This is the Family Basic version 3 cartridge, and this had... Oh, one thing I'm worried about is this is, I don't know if the programs are compatible with this. So I don't know, we'll just play with it for a bit. And mostly I was just excited that I could type. But, alright, so now we have a screen. What I remember from what my reading is that you just type load. The keyboard... layout's throwing me off. Alright, so it's sitting there thinking about something, so we're going to hit program 7. I don't remember what program 7 is, but we're going to hit play. Huh. So I don't know if I've heard of Castle Excellent. I think if I remember right, there's a video, and I think that's like one of the 3 games that used it. All right, it doesn't appear to have done anything for me. And yeah, having a Family Basic working on a North American NES makes the kid in me so happy. It's very true, because the thing is, I didn't know about this as a kid, and I kind of missed the Commodore era of computers. But I still think it's pretty cool to kind of unlock this thing all the way. And it's kind of convenient they left a port on the bottom, even if I hate the connector down there. Yeah, so for the Famicom Disk System stuff, we're going to try playing another one of these really fast and see if it does anything. I don't think it will. For the Famicom Disk System stuff, I would have had that done forever ago, but I wanted this port to go with it. And that'll kind of get us everything out of the NES that can be had. Oh, yeah. A custom case would be amazing. It would be a lot of work. At least it would be a lot of work for me. I'm not very good at the 3D CAD stuff. But it is something I've thought about, because it'd be fun to kind of combine everything together. Alright, so tape error, okay. I hit stop. I don't know if I can just hit load again. And try again. I think some of it is a lot of it's just that I have no idea what I'm doing with the basic. There's a manual translated on Famicom World, and I started looking at it. What I'll probably need to do, especially if I need to use my laptop, I'll probably just do I'll do some testing of it, and maybe I can show off what I figure out later. Okay, so I do remember Castle Quest being mentioned. There aren't a ton of videos about the data recorder, but there's like 2 or 3 where they kind of show it off. So like, if I remember right, one of these buttons can kind of just kick everything off for me. I do know if I hit the stop button, it'll stop. Alright, so I'm going to try switching to the version 2. Get our beep boops again. From what I understand, a lot of people like the version 3 better just because you could skip this. So, I don't know if it wants me to type game basic. What I might try doing here really quick is bringing up Google Translate. It doesn't like that. Striped skunk. Alright, Google, good job. Doesn't like that that new line, apparently. So one thing, if I remember right, you can just type in basic. Oh, I should have kept translate up. I might have been able to see what that said. Oh, there we go, basic. Alright, 1. And this looks an awful lot like what we had before. So, we're going to try typing load again. We're going to hit play. So, I might have to play with this some more, especially figuring out the sound stuff. I think the NES Dev Discord would probably be the perfect place to ask about that. And see if I can get this part working and tested. Another thing I think I want to do is I'd like to wire up controllers to the 15-pin port and make sure that they work properly. But my guess is this is using just about all of it. So I'm probably good, assuming I can figure out this loading and whatnot. But I don't know if it should just load at this point, or if I would hit run. I hit stop, and it says error. Tape error, I assume is what that means. I don't know. I'll type in run. Okay, it says. Oh, you know what? I don't know what volume I have the phone at. It's about halfway. I wonder if... Maybe cranking it up will help. I hit stop again. Maybe. Okay. Hit load. Hit play. It would be funny if all I needed to do was max out the volume. I don't know if that's what you were implying, but it seemed reasonable. Okay, try 30 to 40-ish if that doesn't work. I had it about 50 before. It doesn't seem to have done anything. I assume it might be assuming too much, but I assume if it loads, it'll tell me it loaded something, or it'll give me my cursor back or something. All right, let's try draining it to about, we'll try right there. No, not LOD. I don't know what LOD does. Oh dear. Did I get stuck? Oh, there we go. Stop. All right. Whole lot of nothing, for sure. So I have listened to the file. It does beep and boop and sound weird. And it did that before for my Excite Bike recording. All right, we'll try playing this again. So one of the things I noticed about all the information about the Family Basic is that... Alright, so it doesn't look like it worked. Is that there's like a lot of comprehensive information, but there wasn't like a quick start. Like, here's how you quickly load a thing. Except for, I think load does it. And then you have to like run it after it successfully loads. That's kind of what I remember. All right, we're going to try the other program, and I adjusted the volume again. I am tempted to try playing back one from my laptop, but I know the moment I start messing with my laptop too much, it's gonna take a dump again. So my poor laptop has 8 gigs of RAM, and I'm using 5.5 of them right now. So it never really mattered before because it's just a laptop I used for like browsing. But now that I'm doing the streaming stuff, I might need to actually put some more in. All right, well, that finished playing again. Let's see. I do have... it does have some more options. It has a voice filter, bandpass voice filter. I have no idea what that means. Enable silent mode during recording. That could be a thing. Encoding on the fly. Enable encoding on the fly disables editing and crash recovery. I have no idea if any of those options sound promising or not. I am an audio noob. It's got it set to grab from the microphone, so that's good. I haven't heard the recording playback, which means it is going back through here. All right, let's try. I've got the recording volumes at 100%. I wonder if dropping that might help. I assume skip silence would be bad. I assume that timing is good. So that might be as far as I get here. Let's see. If I remember right, there was a way to just bring up syntax error. That there were like built-in games with Family Basic you could try. But apparently I don't know how to bring those up either. It's amazing what you get stuck with when you don't know how things work. So, all right then. I think I'm going to call that good for now. I have a lot of questions, but I think this is the fact that this now reflects my schematic for both of these boards means that my next version of circuit boards should just work instead of being a monstrosity. And the fact that I can type things is also really great, because as crazy as it sounds, it took a while to get to this point. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it for now. Just kind of a quick thing to show it off, and I'll probably do a recap on Twitter since I like to do text options too. I don't want to make people watch a stream just to get the updates. But I appreciate y'all watching and participating, because it's a lot easier than talking to myself the whole time. But I think I'm going to drop off for the night. So hope everyone has a good night, and I will see y'all later.